Today, I am reviewing the Arturia MiniLab 3 Universal MIDI controller. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. I've spent the last 3 weeks using the Arturia MiniLab 3 as my primary controller for quick sketching and mobile production, and I have some very specific thoughts on whether this is actually the best budget MIDI keyboard on the market or just another piece of plastic taking up space on your desk. If you want to check the current pricing or see the full specs for yourself, I have included links for you down below the video. The first thing you notice when you pull this thing out of the box is that it feels remarkably dense for its size. It doesn't have that hollow, rattling sensation that plagues a lot of entry-level gear. Arturia clearly put some thought into the build quality here. The white finish looks clean, though I will warn you that if you are a snack while you work kind of person, you're going to want to keep a microfiber cloth handy because it shows dust and smudges almost immediately. Let's talk about the key bed because that is the most important part of any controller. These are slim keys, not full-size piano keys, so if you are a classically trained pianist, you're going to find them a bit cramped. However, for synth leads, bass lines, and chord stabs, they feel surprisingly responsive. They have a decent amount of resistance that makes them feel intentional, rather than just clicking a button. I found the velocity sensitivity to be quite natural, which is a rare find at this price point. You won't get the same expression as a high-end hammer action controller, but for a portable unit, it is well above average. The integration is where this controller really tries to win you over. It comes with scripts for all the major DAWs, and setting it up was literally plug and play for me. I didn't have to spend an hour digging through settings menus. The knobs and faders are smooth, and they have a nice, tactile weight to them. I found myself using the faders constantly for quick volume automation during tracking. It just feels good to reach out and pull a fader down instead of hunting for a cursor on my screen with the mouse. Now, let's get into the weaknesses, because no piece of gear is perfect. The pads are the one area where I think some users might feel a bit of disappointment. They are backlit and they look great, but they are a bit stiffer than I would like for fast drum rolls. If you are a finger drummer who relies on ultra-sensitive pads for ghost notes, you might find yourself having to hit these a little harder than you are used to. They work fine for triggering clips or punchy kick drums, but they aren't exactly professional-grade MPC-style pads. Another thing to keep in mind is the screen. It is a tiny OLED display that gives you feedback on your parameters. It is functional, but it is small. If you are working in a dimly lit studio, it is easy to read, but you aren't going to be doing deep sound design on that screen. It is really just there to let you know what you are currently tweaking. Also, if you are looking for a controller that functions as a full-blown command center for a complex hardware rig, this might be a bit too streamlined for you. It is meant to be a companion to your computer, not a replacement for a dedicated hardware sequencer. If you are a beginner looking to get into music production, I think this is a fantastic starting point. You get a solid build, decent software bundle, and a workflow that doesn't get in the way of your creativity. You can check the link below if you want to see exactly what software is included in the box, as that adds a significant amount of value to the overall package. However, if you are an experienced player who needs full-size keys or you are doing very complex MIDI mapping, you might find the limited number of controls a bit frustrating after a few months. For the price, you're getting a lot of utility, but it is definitely a compact controller designed for a specific type of workflow. It is for the person who wants to get ideas down quickly without jumping through hoops. I also want to mention the connectivity. It uses USB-C, which is a relief. I am tired of seeing budget gear still shipping with micro USB cables that break if you look at them the wrong way. The inclusion of a MIDI out port is also a nice touch, meaning you can use this to control hardware synths even if your computer isn't turned on. That is a feature that usually gets cut on cheaper boards, so it is nice to see it here. Overall, the MiniLab 3 is a workhorse. It is not trying to be a luxury instrument, and it is not trying to be a complex studio centerpiece. It is a tool. It is reliable, it fits in a backpack, and it handles the basics of music production with a level of polish that makes it feel like it should cost more than it does. If you are on the fence, I would suggest looking at the link below to see the current price because at its current price point, it is very hard to beat in terms of pure value for money. If you have any questions about how it handles specific DAWs or how it compares to the previous generation, feel free to leave a comment. I have been using this alongside my main rig, and while it won't replace my full-sized weighted keyboard, it has earned a permanent spot on my desk for when I just need to get a melody down without any friction. Just be prepared to keep it clean and don't expect those pads to be the highlight of your setup, and you will likely be very happy with your purchase.